Hi, everybody, coming to you on a Friday morning. I was just watching a little bit of the opening ceremonies of the Olympics. A reminder that's on the station I work at, KGW TV, over the next couple of weeks. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill coming to you from the Portland, Vancouver area. And I want to jump to a topic we haven't had a chance to talk much about because of the time of the year it is, and that's a rain chance. So, what you're looking at here on the left is the European model, and this is total rain that would become possible. It looks like as early as Monday afternoon, but to me, it looks like a better chance of Monday night into Tuesday morning and maybe some showers lingering Tuesday afternoon. Now, the European model, I will tell you, is one of the wetter models, and it prints out 0.27, so roughly a quarter of an inch in Portland. Prints out over 3/10 of an inch of rain in Astoria, down in the Tillamook, about a quarter of an inch down along the central Oregon coast. It prints out higher amounts, the blue, over a half of an inch in parts of along parts of the coast of Washington, and some decent mountain totals, which is huge to reduce fire danger, right? Up in the Washington Cascades as well. This puts out a little bit of measurable rainfall out over the Blue Mountains, as you see, but not much. Again, this is a rain chance that the bullseye seems to be Monday evening, Monday night through the morning hours of Tuesday. And a reminder, it's Friday. And the fact is, this time of the year, most rain chances that look promising several days out turn out to be not much at all. But we'll keep our fingers crossed. Right now, the drier American GFS model shows about a tenth of an inch of rain for Portland. So we'll see. But keep your eyes on that forecast. Of course, it could be just dynamite news to help firefighters perhaps get a bit of an edge. This is courtesy of KGW TV, speaking of, and this is the smoke forecast from Futurecast at 5 o'clock. The model does a great job of picking up the wind direction and showing you where the smoke plumes are going to be spreading. So this is what Futurecast believes the smoke plumes will look like at 5 p.m. Where you see these purple to red colors, just absolutely heavy areas of smoke and a good chance of unhealthy air quality. The bullseye for this has been Eastern Oregon, and it still is today. There's a second bullseye. It's been hanging out generally just south of Bend down toward the Crater Lake area. And then what's new today on this Friday is that the wind direction is coming down from the north. That upper level low that I've been talking about, the one that cooled us down this week, well, it's now moving across Canada and getting ready to move just north of Idaho. As we're on the back side of that low, it sends a north wind flow. That north wind flow is going to be taking wildfire smoke from fires burning in Washington and pulling that smoke into Oregon. So one of the areas that could be particularly smoky in terms of overcast skies because of smoke is out in parts of the Columbia Basin into the Dow. The Dow's is right there. There's that familiar bend in the Columbia River and the state line. And notice this does pull some smoke into Portland in areas especially near and east of I-5 all the way down through Marion County. So if this happens, it would not be enough to really impact our air quality here in the Willamette Valley, but visually we would see the skies turning increasingly milky or hazy looking. So the same model takes whatever smoke comes in later today to the I-5 corridor and gets rid of it, and the weekend goes back to being quite sunny. But we'll continue to see areas of bad smoke across especially Eastern Oregon for the coming days. Real quick, the Momentous Wealth Podcast. If you love listening to podcasts, if you have interest in educating yourself on a variety of investment topics, then this is your podcast. Apple Podcasts and listen on Spotify, brought to you by Momentous Wealth Management. They're based in Vancouver, Washington, but they're licensed in Oregon and Washington, who I use. They're really, really good people. Okay, let's get you back to the Oregon large fire map, and here it is. Again, over 40 named large fires burning across our two states. And you can see by the fire icons, a lot more fire activity overall in Oregon than Washington. Cooler air arrived all the way into Idaho yesterday. That cooler air is generally still in place. Mostly light winds, not all areas, but the Gorge, Central Oregon, and really much of Eastern Oregon looking for fairly light wind fields today. Of course, these big fires that have burned over 100,000 acres, they create their own wind. As you know, the hot air rises and wind currents develop, et cetera, et cetera. Hoping for the weather to be good enough today, though, for increased containment lines. Yesterday, if you haven't heard, the news was quite good. Yesterday was the first wave of that cooler weather moving. This is the Durkee fire. It's the largest fire in the United States, and if it keeps knocking out another 10 or 20,000 acres, it will reach 300,000 acres burned. But yesterday, with the favorable weather, the fire crews were able to build a 20% containment line around this fire. That's terrific news, and there's hope that the weather today is good enough that they'll be able to add to that. The Cal Valley fire, the smaller footprint right here, well over, I think, 130,000 acres burned, by the way, is pretty much contained and staying in its footprint. There's Baker City. So again, this is that section of I-84 that's been closed on and off at times this week, including daylight hours, because of fire activity. You can see where the fire imprint is right along the interstate. It actually crossed I-84 the other day. So we'll keep a close eye on the fire weather. And I'm taking time to read all the discussions. The discussions in the Columbia River Gorge, if you're watching us with concern of the Whiskey Fire, which is outside of Cascade Locks, or the Larch Creek Fire, that's the one by Duffer. There's the fire by Mosier. That's the Microwave Tower Fire. All of those fires are pretty much staying in their footprints and have shown no signs of growth. So that's good news. And the winds in the gorge today will be pretty light. Here's the air quality alert in gray, kind of where it's been. Yakima, Pendleton, Baker City burns most of Eastern Oregon and over into Roseburg. So that has not changed. I want to show you the satellite picture. Visible satellite imagery is fantastic to see the fire smoke. So there's a big fire burning in Northern California. See it right here? Look at all the smoke that's sending out. Holy cow. Southeastern Oregon into Idaho. This smoke actually drifting all the way into Wyoming and parts of Montana. Here are the fires. You see the individual smoke zones right here on the east flank of the Oregon Cascades. Look at them. And then there's this concentrated larger smoke area down around Crater Lake, right in there where my cursor is, where the smoke has been really thick. And you can see a couple of the fire plumes up in Washington too. There's one on the east flank of the Washington Cascades, and there's another one up in northeastern Washington. So this is a great page. A lot of meteorologists use it. The College of DuPage to pick up their satellite products. They really do a nice job with that. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on. I want to now get back to that rain chance that we're following, setting up Monday into Tuesday. This is the American GFS model. This is the low that the upper level low this morning that brought us to cooler, more comfortable weather this week and is now on the back side of it, sending north winds down across Washington, pulling some of that smoke from Washington into Oregon. Okay. But let's go ahead and move forward and see what we have. So that's going to continue to push away from us. Here's a little dip in the upper flow pattern on the backside of that low in a developing low center in Northern California. This is tomorrow morning. There might be some morning clouds. This certainly will help the flow pattern, help keep our temperatures comfortable through the weekend. I've got 81 tomorrow and 83 on Sunday. And look how we stay relatively cool, kind of some weak troughing through the weekend. Again, very comfortable weather and a continuation of more comfortable temperatures in Central and Eastern Oregon to help the firefighters through the weekend as well. So this is Monday PM. This is, again, the American GFS model. A little bit of troughing. The American GFS model is picking up some moisture with this trough going into Monday night. And it looks like a really weak system on the American model, doesn't it? This is Tuesday morning. Not much left. The stronger system stays up in the Aleutian Islands of Alaska. So there's not much there. Now, models have been picking up Thursday, Friday, Saturday of next week, the chance that we get hotter again. Let me play this into Friday afternoon. This is Friday, August 2nd, next week, Friday, August 2nd. Here's the upper level heat dome right over Utah and Colorado and Wyoming. Okay. We're on the back side of it. Some models have been showing that we get into some hotter weather that could push us up to 90 the back half of next week, but the heat dome stays off to our east. So there's no chance of any extreme weather returning. That was the American GFS model. Let's show you the European model. Remember, the European model is the wettest model of the bunch. It shows the weak troughing through the weekend, which is going to help keep temperatures in the comfortable zone. Now it picks up a stronger little wave. See the troughing, the dip in the lines, a little wave we call it. That's Monday morning. This drops in Monday during the day. If anything, some of the modeling is trying to speed up the chance of rain to maybe Monday afternoon. Then this is Monday night. And then if the European is correct, by Tuesday morning, the bulk of that trough and the chance of rain is already starting to kick out, and Tuesday afternoon would probably be dry. Again, it keeps this cold system like the American model up in the Gulf of Alaska away from us. And then this is only going to go into Thursday morning, it looks like. Here's the broad heat dome, hot weather, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. Again, we're on the back side of it. So we'll see how hot we get or don't get on the back side of that, the back half of next week. All right. Let me make sure I got the current numbers up. I do. It's now 10:49 in the mornings. These would have been 10:30 numbers this morning. Let's go down to Medford. Now, again, cooler than it's been. Medford was 98, 99, 100. 92 today, 90 tomorrow, low 90s through Monday, 89 Tuesday. And then there's that return to some hotter weather I was talking about. Southern Oregon back up to 100 degrees on Thursday. Okay. All right. Let's see what Central Oregon's doing. Bend 68 right now. Very hazy from smoke. Mid 80s today, tomorrow, 87 Sunday, less smoke on Sunday. Staying in the 80s until Wednesday or Thursday of next week. And there's the warm up, 96 in Bend, Thursday of next week, and a chance of showers over there on Tuesday. So that kind of mirrors everything that we were talking about. I do want to go out to Baker City, where the smoke has just been really bad in general. 87 today, 88 tomorrow. Again, it had been close to 100, so this is better. Now, here's a return of a 92-degree day Monday, but then there's a chance of storms out there Tuesday. Firefighters will be watching that. And there's that return to some very hot weather, back up nearing 100 degrees Thursday of next week. So firefighters are looking at these forecasts and they're thinking to themselves, let's get as much done through the weekend, through Monday into Tuesday as we can with the more favorable weather. Up in Seattle, really comfortable, right? 77, 78 Saturday, 74 Sunday. Chance of rain Monday and Tuesday from that system, and then warming up to 82 on Thursday. But overall, it's pretty gosh darn nice. Let's just click on Newport. 60s, North Bend's probably about the same. There's that chance of some rain on Tuesday, Monday and Tuesday along the coast. Okay. All right, my 7-day for Portland, and then I'll let you go on what's going to be a pretty nice Friday. Remember, we're looking for an increase somewhat of hazy conditions due to wildfire smoke this afternoon, but not expecting it to negatively impact air quality. 84. Tomorrow's forecast, we're looking for the wildfire smoke to be gone. 50-50 chance we have some considerable clouds in the morning, and then we'd have sun, comfortable weather both days this weekend. 81 Saturday, 83 Sunday. We cloud up Monday. Watch this forecast. I might move the chance of rain into Monday afternoon. Right now, I've got it mostly Monday night to Tuesday morning. A couple of days in the 70s. If we get enough rain on Tuesday, we would struggle to get up into the mid 70s and struggle to clear out. So we'll see. And then there's the warm up. Thursday, I've got us to 88. There are some models that like us being 90 on Friday and 90 on next Thursday and 90 plus on that Friday. So we are watching the first few days of August. Okay. I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. I'll probably talk to you Sunday. I hope you have a good weekend. And thanks for subscribing to my site. My weather site that I use here is portlandweather.com. I own and operate it. I invite you to bookmark it, and I'll talk to you soon.